party down, location mysterious. Wanna rock this con like my man James Tiberius. Jesse and Marina, they're mad clever like the Negus. Gonna guide you through the scenes, beam from London to Las Vegas. Where to go, how to dress, when to sleep, who to see. Celebs not to miss, Sardis Wong and SMG. Star Trek into awesome, build some memories at last. Set the proper course, the Shore Leave Podcast. Boom.
Okay, now I actually have sound. Okay, it looks like everybody's muted. This is odd.
That's probably one of those soda kinds of meetings.
Yeah, I don't know.
All of those getting hammered out at once.
Missy, off the couch.
I got it. You crazy.
Oh, that's why. Damn crazy dog.
All right.
Hi. Well, this is my first cruise. I've never been to one of these hangout things, so I was here first. I've just been waiting for somebody to come along and start talking. Hi. I'm glad you're talking.
Well, welcome, Cynthia. This is something new that Jesse just came up with.
Yeah,
No, I can't hear you.
we've done hangouts for other events before, but we
Okay.
figured, it was his idea. He said, like, why don't we
Ernest, I
have
can't
something
hear
before
you.
the cruise?
Hold on. Let me. Okay.
Ernesto, that's a really good looking uniform. Can you step a couple of steps so I can see the? Ooh, very cool.
The only time you'll ever see me impersonating an officer, by the way.
So Cynthia, you were saying this is your first cruise, right?
That's a lot of people in here.
Yeah. So far more than we expected.
Didn't they say like 66 people are going to be attending?
106. It's 167 now.
Oh my!
That's exactly right.
There's
Hi,
Jesse.
Jesse.
Hey.
Okay, so at least I'm not the only one in uniform.
No, but it's a sweatshirt, so.
Counts.
All right, guys. I guess we're just we officially start in a few minutes. So, but I know some faces already, so that's exciting.
Well, this is my first Star Trek cruise.
Oh well, welcome. Oh, there's the family. Why isn't she dressed up, Ernesto?
Shirt.
Oh, okay, I got it now. Wait, let me get my screen bigger. Marina, how are you?
Exhausted. It was a
Yeah.
very busy work day. I literally rushed into the house like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to talk to Marina yet, so give me just a second.
Okay, baby.
So Marina, we have like I think we're just gonna do kind of open conversation type of thing, start taking
Basically.
questions.
Yeah.
And then around 7 o'clock, I think Rob Perlman said he's gonna hop on to talk about his
Oh,
stuff.
excellent.
Yeah.
And
Rob is awesome.
then who else is coming along?
Spock
Bear's supposed to make an appearance, so
Yes.
Did you hear anything from Joey by any chance?
I did not, but I was asked to, we can have a time where we can take some questions directly for ECP and we'll pass them along and they'll reply to,
I mean, whatever they can share. I'm sure that at this point they have their hands quite busy.
Oh yeah.
pretty sure there's a mix of this is what we can share and we don't know that yet. So
Yes. Yeah.
I actually spoke to them last week. Mark, who's organizing the transport from the Radisson to the port.
Yeah.
I spoke to him real briefly after Frakes, Siddig, and Terry canceled. Asked him about getting the refunds. I don't know about anybody else. I already got my refunds on the photo ops that we bought. But all the new people, including Sirach, who they announced today, very psyched.
Yes.
They are not listed on that website yet.
Oh,
So,
really? But there was an email just literally
A few minutes ago, just a
few minutes ago.
that
Yeah,
came out.
they said
Yeah.
that they finally adjusted it.
yeah, and that's exactly why I went on and looked, because if Casey is doing the Damar makeup again, gotta get that picture. Gotta get that picture. I don't know if any of y'all know Eva, but Eva, her man Logic and their friends got a great picture with Casey as Damar, and they're all holding glasses and looking tipsy. It's awesome, awesome picture. Excuse me, I have to go yell at my dog. Missy? See?
That happens a lot in my house too.
Yeah,
We only have a hamster in
have a
my
very
house, so
small
it's very
dog.
quiet.
Missy is mostly pit, and she's attempting to destroy the second couch that I've had. I love you, baby girl.
That's the way it works.
Say hi. Come here. Come here, you crazy dog. Come here, you crazy dog. The one time I want you to jump up, you don't. Crazy mutt.
Jesse, do you know when Brad is gonna join us? So if Rob is gonna be at 7, do you know what time Brad might be here?
He's gonna ping me.
Okay, that'd be
So,
great. Maybe he can give us some hints about merchandise.
oh yeah, we'll totally get everything there. Yeah, it's kind of just like play it by ear, let's see what happens kind of thing. Marina, hopefully you and I don't have to talk a lot. There's enough people here, we can just hang out.
Yeah, well, for those who, again, first timers and have never done, Hangout is a very informal thing. It's quite literally, we can talk about anything, There are plenty of people here who have done cruises multiple times before, just general cruises and specifically Trek ones. So if there's anything you want to pick somebody's brain about something, please, that's a perfect forum for this,
Yeah.
ask away.
Okay.
I know, like for
I have a
Sherilyn,
question.
Yeah.
Sherilyn said that this was her first cruise. I mean, we've all been interacting with a lot of the first timers in the group. Some of us have made friends with them and talk on Messenger and whatnot. So, Faith and I have only been on one Star Trek cruise, but we have not as much knowledge as Jesse and Marina, but anything that we could do to help. By the way, Jesse, are you joining the zombie pub crawl this year?
I'll have to think about it. I saw it, but I don't know that I have zombie pub crawl outfit. It's just a torn.
All you need is a red shirt. If you want to make, if you
Give it a t-shirt.
yeah, just even a red t-shirt. One girl last year just wore the Cruise 4 shirt. So
Yeah, that works.
yes, so I can't take full credit for that. I know they do it at STLV, which is where I got the idea. But the last
I'll
night,
tell you, it's a big ship, and there's a lot of bars all over that.
oh yeah, and we hit them
Be
all.
walking.
We hit them all, and yeah,
For the low,
and-
low price of $600, you can drink as much as you want. Only
Hi,
well,
Nikki.
we're not going to get into a debate about the drink package. That you have to. That is up to you and your.
$100. It better be the biggest package I've ever seen in my life. We'll
Oh,
drink $600 worth of booze wholesale.
And the way she thinks,
I will die of alcohol poisoning.
I saw this great shirt. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a Trek version of it, but it says "Shut up, liver." I bought the drink package. But no, serious. If we are going to discuss this, it's a simple mathematical equation. If you include specialty coffees, milkshakes, soda, water, as well as your booze, if you have 8 drinks a day, it's paid for.
8 drinks a day?
Well, that includes bottles of water, soft drinks,
Okay.
specialty coffee, milkshakes, juice. So
I'm gonna sneak. How many bottles of wine can we bring?
Two
Per cabin.
2 per cabin.
I heard that if you get a screw top bottle of wine, dark glass, fill it with whatever, and then wax seal the top.
There's a like YouTube channels
I
to
mean,
how to
they
sneak
do
booze
X-ray
on
your
board.
luggage. They don't go through it, but they do scan everyone's luggage. Because last year I brought a
I wasn't gonna put guns in it. I'm gonna put more booze in the wine bottle. You can't tell which kind of booze
where they
it is.
make their money.
Yeah, but if I bring 2 wine bottles that are sealed with wax, they'll assume there's wine in there
I mean,
when it's actually
it's not
Fireball.
my place to say to do or not to do. You know, I mean,
So we can bring 2 bottles.
yeah.
Well, there's a soda package.
So guys, bear with me. I thought I could mute everybody, but I guess because this meeting is so huge, I can't mute everybody. So just give me a minute to kind of get us started, and then I'll let the conversation continue. But I'm Jessie Okendo. Welcome to Shore Leave, your Star Trek Convention Community podcast. And we've done this a couple, maybe 3 years now, where we've just had kind of a hangout. I will say that our hangouts are usually like, 10 to 20 people, not 150. So this will be exciting. So I just ask everybody to put on your best meeting voices and mute when you're not speaking. And when you're speaking, just make sure people are listening. We do have a few special visitors coming in today. We have folks from Enemy Inc., folks from Gays in Space, and then Rob Perlman will be hopping in to talk about, what he's doing with the books and whatnot. But this is a very open forum. All we really do is kind of just let it open. But I will start, because we have so many people, with what we were just doing. Let's just, a lot of you are just going to watch and listen because some of us are crazy. And it's fun to watch the crazy people. And then some of us like to talk a lot. So there is on the bottom of your screen, you should see a button that says reactions. That'll let us know if you have a question. So if you can hit that and then click raise hand if you have a question or you want to be heard. Marina and I will do our best to keep an eye on that. Other than that, again, I forgot to introduce Marina. Marina, I'll let you introduce yourself. I can't find you on my screen now, but I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm here somewhere, one of the co-hosts of the podcast. So this is going to be my second cruise, actually. So I'm really looking forward to it. I really hope that everything happens the way I'm planning it. We shall see. And
this is my, so it's on the website, it says it's their 5th cruise, but it's my 6th Star Trek cruise because I did the back-to-back. So there's a few of us out there who have done all of them because we're really crazy. So anyway, I will let her rip. You guys go off mute and feel free to start asking questions or chatting, and feel free to put questions in the chat if you can't get your voice out. And Marina and I will just keep an eye on the chat and we'll listen for our names. And then that's about all I had to share. So, all right, have fun. I don't even know where to start, but I'll hop in when other people come in. So
The ringmaster is about to leave.
So, wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Hey, Rob, I see you're on. Rob Perlman.
Oh, yeah.
How come they count the 2 cruises as one? That doesn't seem right.
What's that?
How come they count the 2 cruises that were back to back, 2 completely separate cruises with most of the same people on it, granted? And how come
they called it Cruise 2 Voyage 1 and Cruise 2 Voyage 2.
Why did they do that, Jesse? I mean,
I have no idea. So I guess I'll first
Apparently
say,
They're thinking. I need to know their thinking.
apparently the first one was so popular that they thought, oh, let's do 2 of them, but they couldn't get enough to fill
The second ship.
the ship for both sailings, because we were on the second sailing, I believe.
Gotcha.
yeah,
And a lot of people wound up that were on the first sailing got snowed out because there was a horrific snowstorm like that week before. Plus, they also got to experience an earthquake while at sea.
well, at sea, that was exciting. Yes, that was a good year.
Yeah.
The earthquake at sea, that seems a little odd.
Yeah, there
We
was an
have someone
earthquake
with a
off the
raised
coast
hand.
of Honduras or something.
Yeah, I may have
You went to
Okay, so I'm gonna take a minute. So Rob Perlman, I see you're here, and I don't want you to like feel like you have to hang on the whole time, but I did invite Rob, who graciously said he would chat with us about activities on the ship and his books. And I'll just let Rob manage his own time. You just tell us when you're done talking to these people, because some of us are crazy, Rob, and you know it. And all I have to say, Rob, is I'm bringing my book and you're gonna sign it. Here's Rob.
Which book, Jesse? Which one?
Which one? Yeah.
Hey, everybody. It's good to see you. Look at all these familiar faces and some
Hi,
new
Rob.
ones. Hey. I'm not going to take up too much of your time because I know you've all got a lot to talk about. But first of all, thank you, Jesse, for inviting me for this. Can you believe it's been 2 years?
No, but you know, Rob, I was just looking through some pictures, and like I remember the first time I met you in person, I'm like, are you famous? Why do they keep talking to you? And you were so to tell me what you did, and then I looked you up. So
and they were like, oh my God, he's so famous. And yet he's still talking to me.
Yes,
what an angel on earth.
Whatever you said, I said. That's that. I'll go.
I'm not going to bring up like the bowing and the scraping. I don't want to humiliate you.
Thank you. Thank you
all
very
these
much. I
people.
appreciate it.
Yeah, you'll just have to reenact it when we see each other.
I definitely will. Definitely.
Again. Just by a show of hands, because I'm super curious, do you all have your costumes lined up?
I'm literally working on one as we speak.
As we speak.
It's the one that I won't be bringing.
Like as we speak. Putting fire.
I steamed my TNG scant last night, so I'm good to go. So just for those of you who don't know me, I mean, it's me. Why would you not know who I am? I'm Rob Perlman. I'm the author of a lot of books for adults and kids, including a bunch of Star Trek books. Some of them are back there. I like to call myself a pop culturist. I'm sure other people like to call me other things, but that's their problem. I'm not going to go there. We can talk about that later. I'm not going to focus on it. So this is my 5th time being a crew member on the cruise, which is mind-blowing. I did that one that was the 2-week back-to-back. Jesse, you were on both weeks that week too. That one too.
Yep.
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun. But I think this year is actually going to be really special for a lot of reasons. I think first and foremost, we're all going to be together, which I think is just the best part of it. We're going to be basking in the glow of nacelles and warp cores and our just love of everything Star Trek, which for me is always the absolute very best part of it. It's kind of like the one time of year where we can just let our Federation and freak flags fly. And the other reason I think this year is going to be really special is because it looks like there's going to be even more to do than ever before. This is a spoiler-free zone, so I can't tell you everything, but I can say from what I've been hearing and seeing and working with Joey and the gang at ECP to coordinate is you're never not going to have something to do, which I think is fantastic. So I'm going to have an awful lot going on. I think as much, if not a little bit more than last year too. And I really, really hope you're there for it. first of all, we have a lot of fun, but second, I need constant validation. So you sitting in the audience and cheering me on is just gonna help my therapy bills to no end.
Buying
So thanks in
around
advance.
helps. Buying around always guarantees you validation.
You know what? Who am I to disagree?
He's a great guy. Oh my God, he tips well. There's your validation.
Thank you. Thank you.
And he indoctrinated a 5-year-old into the Star Trek world because of your Kirk and Spock. Fun with
Awesome. Great. Start him
yeah.
young.
Oh yeah.
Start him young. So, those of you who have been on the cruise with me before sort of know what I do. But for those of you who don't, most, if not all of what I do on the cruise are completely interactive kinds of things. So rather than me just lecturing you from afar, we really get to have an awful lot of fun together, which is great fun for me too. How many of you have played the Mad Libs game with me before?
Oh, not with you.
So always really, really fun. And depending on how much you guys are imbibing, it can get a little dirty very quickly, but not too dirty. So the response for that session is always so good that we're actually going to have 2 sessions.
There ain't no kids on that cruise.
There are no kids on that cruise, just the young at heart.
They get dirty.
Exactly. Yeah. So
Yeah, and dirty like Kirk.
Right. Yeah. We're gonna have 2 Mad Lib sessions. We're gonna have 2 book clubs. Anyone been to one of my book clubs before?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. 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 So there's still time to get the books. One of them is going to be on. It's a book called The Dark Veil. And it's a Star Trek Picard era one that features Riker and Troy. And the other one is called Revenant, which takes place during the DS9 years and features Jadzia Dax and Kira. So that's just like a totally casual, let's talk about this book, what the characters, the themes. I'm not quite sure where it's going to take place this year, but last year there was breakfast served, which was always good.
Rob, could you say the name of the second book again?
It's
Please.
called Revenant.
Lebanon?
Revenant, Revenant.
Oh, Revenant, thank you.
Revenant. I think the author's name is Alex White, but don't quote me on that. We're going to do another, I'm just looking at my notes because there's so much I've lost track. We're going to do another round of Fun with Kirk and Spock, which is based on the Fun with Dick and Jane book that I published. And that's sort of like a interactive improv thing where you throw out character names and situations and we just do these fun little stories together. We did that one. Oh, there's going to be another Search for Spock scavenger hunt, which is always going to be fun.
Fun.
There's going to be another.
That was so much fun.
The scavenger hunt?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I'm so glad you said that because I sit there like racking my brain for an hour, like going from place to place, trying to think of things. So good. Thank you for saying that. For those of you who are in the mood to get up a little bit early, there's going to be an exercise session based on my Body by Starfleet book, which is pretty low impact, but there's a challenge at the end, which is especially enjoyable for me because I just get to watch somebody sweat bullets for a good 5 minutes. And that's always nice. We're going to do another Build an Alien event where I and Megan Levins are going to lead sort of this interactive group, and you get to choose the species of your alien and what rank they have in Starfleet and what they do on a ship. I'm going to be hosting a bunch of meetups on the ship, which I think is going to be fun. I'll be on a few panels, and I'm going to be bringing lots of stuff as prizes and special treats. So these aren't exactly bribes to attend, but if you're there, you'll get the stuff. I can't tell you what to do with them, but some of them are going to be specific for the cruise and for the panel itself. Oh, and then super exciting, you are literally going to be the first people in the public world to hear about 5 super exciting projects coming up in the next 12 months, I think, which it's killing me to not tell you now, but Big Brother's watching and I can't say anything. Darn you, NDAs.
Get back if you accidentally slip.
Sorry?
You can't take it back if you accidentally slip.
Exactly. Whoops. Oh no, sorry.
Oh no.
Now you know
This
everything.
is not Tom Holland we're dealing with, okay?
It's not.
I think
Rob
it was
needs
Andrew
his job.
Garfield who gave away more, right? Didn't
Yeah.
he give away more? He almost got caught filming.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and Andrew Garfield us. It's fine.
Let's see what else. Oh, so I think Brad at Enemy Inc. is going to be joining us soon, or if I don't know if he's here yet. Doesn't look like he's here yet. But we're working.
He's going to send me a message when he joins.
Oh, okay. So we're working together on seeing if we can put together some cruise exclusive merchandise too.
Excellent.
For sale on the store. So that's going to be good. So he's going to come on and he's going to tell you about more what else is in store. Haha, pun intended.
Did they give you a booth, like a store? Do you have a location to go to?
I'll have probably like a little corner in Brad's booth.
It's called the bar.
Yeah.
Is it really, or do they set up vendors like at convention?
No. There's like one main, it's like a trading post. It's just like like a retail store in it. And then my books will probably be on the side or something.
Oh, so they use one of like the promenade stores that usually sells like perfume or handbags
Yes.
by children.
Yeah.
Yep. Mhm. So that's kind of it. I mean, other than that, I'm just going to be hanging around with you folks. I'm going to be enjoying the panels. I am definitely going to be enjoying the buffet and the bar and the cookies and the late night pizza runs. So by all means, just come over, say hi. It's going to be fun.
No, Rob, there was a question. There was a question that was directed to you, I think, in at least in one of the groups, and just now I saw it in the chat. People wondering about signing of your books. I know a lot of people are bringing their copies. So is that going to be like an official time when you're going to be signing, or it's like literally, oh, there's Rob in the bar, sign my book?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I may have to like sign if I don't have a pen, like dunking my finger in a martini glass, but I'll try to bring a pen wherever I am. But if you happen to have one, by all means, bring that one too. But yeah, find me anywhere.
We will get a collection of Sharpies just for Rob.
Great.
Have a collection of stuff. You're more than welcome to use.
Everybody has it.
Has to be red, gold, or blue.
I have several of each color.
Yeah, and then it depends on which book I'm signing because you don't want to blend in with the background. It's got to pop a little bit. Presentation is very important when it comes to these things.
Now, if you're signing Grudge, will you be signing it really, really big?
Or the paw print.
No, come on. She won't let me. It's Grudge's book. I know my place when it comes to that book.
A little paw stamp.
Yeah,
Get
I'm
Paw
gonna
stamp,
sign it, like,
exactly.
super
Paw
small in the corner. On the back page, not even in the front.
Awesome.
You can get one custom made of Grunge's actual paw. If you just put some ink and then send it in, they can make a custom one.
Yeah, I can't.
And then that cat can start signing check.
The responsibility to bring around a Sharpie all day is going to be a lot for me. I don't think I can bring around a stamp pad. Yeah, I have my limits.
Just throwing ideas out there, Josiah.
It's all good.
And remember, in the 24th century, we don't have pockets. So
We don't have pockets right now. Who are you talking to?
Yeah, you don't want to
There
know
are
where I've
plenty of
been keeping
women
my
on this
pen.
conversation who will attest to the fact that we have been ripped off of the pocket department our entire life.
And my wife has figured out how to put pockets in scenes. So
Oh, yeah.
so my Vedic robe has pockets.
Yeah, adapter
Awesome.
buy. We'll carry our potions one way or another. They can't stop us. But no, pockets for everything. Pens got the little. Well, I'm sure a bunch of us will. If somebody wants you to sign something, it would be in their best interest to provide
Bring a
said
pen.
signing object. I'm just saying, I'm not gonna expect to run up to someone and be like, yo, can you sign this out of nowhere with nothing? Thanks. Maybe sign it with thoughts and prayers. That would be great.
Yeah, every bar has a pen. Don't worry about it. Just get them to a bar.
There you go, see?
Oh no,
every
my
steward
arm
has
is
a pen.
twisted. Oh goodness me.
I bet every steward has a pen. I bet the pens will probably be plentiful. They will flow through the streets. What can I ask a question about what got you into writing children's books about Star Trek? Because awesome, thank you, that's cool.
Oh good, I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, I know, I wish I had, kids, but I don't like them very much. But I think it's a great idea. Like I said, when I was nannying, I would use Fun with Kirk and Spock and try and indoctrinate the child into. And unfortunately, I had to start with Lower Decks, which was scary for him. Bad use a lot of him. But what got you into it? What did you decide to?
So I've been in publishing for a really long time, and so through the years I've been going to a lot of Star Trek conventions. And I've also been going to like a lot of book conventions. There was this really big one called Book Expo, which then sort of had like a public facing part of it. And, I just local libraries and book signings and those sorts of things. And I noticed that people talked about their first experiences with Star Trek the same way that they did their first experiences with their favorite kids' books. It was about the storytelling and the connection with their parents and their grandparents and their favorite characters. And there was just, there was a certain amount of comfort and nostalgia and love for it that people were just carrying through adulthood. And then when they were having kids, if they were having kids or their nieces or nephews, as much as they were saying, I loved this book when I was a kid, here it is, they were saying, I loved this episode of Star Trek, here it is. And I thought, wouldn't that be really interesting to sort of blend together? Like two great tastes that taste great together. So I just started writing these on my commute to and from work, just as like
you have to
silly
get
little
permission?
things. Oh yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Are you considered a licensee then?
The publishers themselves are considered licensees.
Perfect. There you go.
Yeah.
How fun though.
Yeah, it was great.
I think they're great.
It all worked out.
Yeah. You also do the find like the Where's Waldo Spock one?
Yeah, the Search for Spock.
Okay. I think I have a few of them.
Yeah, Fun with Kirk and Spock, Search for Spock, Starfleet is the Book of Grudge, Body by Starfleet, Richard's Little Book of Doom, and then the latest one that just came out, we're going to be talking about other franchises for a second, but it's back there in orange. It's called Live Like a Vulcan, Love Like a Wookiee, Laugh Like a Hobbit.
I'm buying that.
Oh, please,
Like
thank
with
you.
a diet book, don't eat like a hobbit. Jesus.
I ate like a hobbit all pandemic, so yeah.
You know what?
I
That's what
love
the
that
Hobbit
book.
laugh.
It's great.
So that one's it's all pop culture stuff. So it's The Never-Ending Story and Indiana Jones.
Also
and
tragedy
Princess
too.
Bride.
I'm glad you.
It's everything, man.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
yeah,
so
it's got
much.
everything. I love it.
Have you read it?
Yeah, I've read it.
Is it available?
Yeah.
It is available wherever books are sold.
Fucking Barnes Amazon turned into.
I've got a bunch of books for him to autograph for me.
I've been literally doing nothing but costume making. Oh, there's the Spock bear, and watching and seeing pictures of Spock bear and his adventures, costumes, and trying not to throw up every day with anxiety. So, but it's
Yeah,
very fun.
he's got his Ryza costume on right now with the yes,
Oh, nice.
he's got his
I like
little
I like the tuxedo.
fur on there.
Well, Mary Beth, you can be my PR publicist anytime. So thank you for that endorsement. I appreciate it.
He froze.
Why
Rob,
the
I
one
have
about
a-
the cat?
Yeah, I actually had a question though. Speaking of the cat, like, how do you pick the topics? I mean, like Kirk and Spock is sort of obvious, but like Book of Grudge, was it your idea? Or did somebody from publishing said, well, why don't you do this, with this particular theme in mind?
Yeah. I mean, boy genius, can't you tell? You know, the amount of ideas that I have and the amount of ideas that actually become books, you know, it's a triangle going on there. So, you know, sometimes I just get lucky and it hits really well. And sometimes I'll be working on something for a while and then I realize I'm the only person who's going to laugh at this. So no, we don't need
that.
Nobody needs this.
You should run it by this group. You'll be fine.
Right about what?
You should run it by this group. I'm sure it'd be fine. Your custom test group. Your review.
Yeah.
Your review.
Well, you can always review them on Amazon, so that's good too.
You have to be a verified buyer. I'm gonna come buy them on the ship, so I know the money goes directly into your pocket.
Ah, thank you.
No, right.
So Brad is having technical issues getting in, so I'm working through that with him. So
okay.
If anybody's wondering what I'm doing.
Did he turn it back on and off again?
No, I think he might have figured it out. So
Kind of like my IT
I
department.
don't know if you mentioned that one, Rob. Oops, you can't.
You've completely disappeared, Mary Beth.
I see that. Hang on. Let me get rid of the background.
Did I
now
miss
really-
Spock Bear? Did he already come up and I missed him already? Oh, there's
Hang
Brad.
on, he'll be back.
Okay. So Rob, thanks so much for filling in some gap.
Of course.
Hey, we're already getting dirty on the.
I don't know if you mentioned that one, Rob.
Oh, Starfleet is, yeah. Yeah, just super quickly on Starfleet is the book that Mary Beth is very kindly holding up. That one has an introduction by Ken Mitchell.
Yes, it does. And I cried when I read it.
It's really beautiful.
Oh.
And proceeds of the sale of that book go to MS Research.
I cried when I read it.
Very nice.
My ticket with the doctors isn't inside it, so it's all ready to go on the cruise.
Perfect.
There's dual purpose. All right, guys.
Yes, there's Spock Bear in his little.
Are there more than one? Is there more than one Spock Bear? Because I've got that dude sitting right up there.
There's only one.
Yeah, you can actually.
You can
Okay, here's the situation. A few years back, it was originally the one Spock Bear that Peter had gotten me in Las Vegas at the Star Trek experience. And then a couple years back, after the first cruise, I decided it would be best to have more than one Spock Bear because that way I can sanitize one and take the other one out. And
God, you're breaking the fourth wall. No, that's not what I meant. I didn't mean if you had more than one.
No. All I know is
the fourth wall's been broken. Done.
That's
over.
Mirror universe Spock Bear.
I just know that Spock Bear is the one who comes on the cruise and take pictures with everybody. And
I mean, I was wondering if more than one person brought a Spock Bear, or they're confused.
some people, some others do.
Imitation
Spock Bear.
Spock Bears because there's only the one that lives with Marion.
It was really freaking bright.
All right, guys. So I'm going to. I lost Brad. He's here somewhere on my screen.
Can someone bring evil? There's evil Spock Bear.
So I'm gonna. Hey, Rob. Thanks again. I appreciate you coming on and getting everybody excited for what you've got going. I want to introduce Brad, and I'm not gonna try to pronounce your last name, Brad, because no one can pronounce my last name. But he's with Enemy Inc. So if you bought like the pre-cruise t-shirts or the t-shirt that just came out, all comes from this guy and his company. And so Brad, I'll leave it to you. Just I'm sure everybody just wants to know what can they buy when they get there. And you're on mute.
Now comes the part. Unmute.
There he is.
Finally, sorry for all the technical difficulties. Embarrassing, right? I need some tech help to stay here at the shop with me afterwards. I'm great at printing and designing shirts. Evidently, I'm not great at joining Zoom meetings. So
you do a great Alan Tudyk.
Thanks for bearing with me. But this year's off to an amazing start already. A ton of folks have bought the Embarkation Cruise shirt, which I hope everybody likes. For obvious reasons, I thought that the port our destination, or I'm sorry, our departure port was really special this year. So we've never had a embarkation shirt, but I wanted to include NASA and being from Central Florida, all things Florida as well. So amazing response from that. My phone is just off screen now, and Shopify keeps blowing up. So those, if you haven't seen a shipping, if you've ordered one and you haven't seen any shipping details yet, you will in the next day or so. ECP will be sending out an additional note to remind everyone for last call, because that piece is only going to be available in advance of the cruise and shipping to everyone's home for obvious reasons. Once we depart port, it's kind of almost irrelevant. So I'm really hoping that everyone enjoys that design and wears it out either in and around the port leading up to the cruise or on day one. I know I will. This year, I want to say that there's going to be quite a few of new themes on some of the favorites. Last year, that our tie-dye shirt, flannels, spirit style shirt, a lot of cool things sold out really fast, and we're gonna do the same. I know that there's a lot of questions flooding my inbox and ECPs about merchandise in general, but in addition to this embarkation shirt, I do hope that CBS greenlights an additional pre-order shirt, and that'll be pre-order pickup on board in hopes of helping some folks skip the line. And in addition to that, there definitely will be a couple other pre-order pickup items that are not exclusively pre-order, but with skipping the line in mind. Of course, we hope that throughout the course of the event, you come and shop in the store and see everything that we have to offer, because most of the artists have sent photos ahead already. Folks like Rob are sending books. We'll have books from Rob, books from Muhammad, several of the actors and actresses appearing on board have their own personal merch that they're going to include. I spoke with Raymond on behalf of Chase Masterson earlier this week, and he has quite a bit of merchandise coming, some new designs, some new styles for them, and that's always a huge hit. But yeah,
Brad,
that's
I have a question for you. It's Jesse. So last year, like, it was really tight in that room. Not last year, 2 years ago. It was really tight in that room. Have you guys talked about getting bigger space so we could see more?
We have. I really liked that space because it was set up for retail and it was in the middle of the ship, which I think helped. A lot of folks had an easier time finding it last cruise, obviously not last year, but they do have us in a bigger space down at the end of the promenade. So we're on the same level that we were previously, but we're in a much bigger room. The challenge with that room is it's not retail ready. So we're in the process of building out some shelves and rolling cases. And you know, for anyone that's been sailing for the past several years, I hope you would agree, we really try and make the pop-up location look like a professional permanent location, even if the ship doesn't give us the tools to do so. But like I said, much bigger room. We're going to be in the same location that the museum was in 2020. So much bigger, but again, a little bit of a challenge.
Thanks.
Brad, there was a question actually in the chat, and I was wondering myself, do you know if Nana is going to be bringing some of her cookbooks?
Unfortunately, I found out that there will not be cookbooks this year. I'm going to ping her manager and let her know that there is some interest, and I'm not exactly sure why. I have a feeling that we sold the last book that she had on hand last year, or last cruise, of course, 2020. But I'll double check on that because it was such a great item, and I haven't seen the schedule yet. If she's if they've made arrangements for her to have a cooking demonstration or anything where she reviews the recipes, but that was one of my favorite events that I attended, and of course we supported that event with cookbooks at the location that she was giving the cooking demonstration. So I'm all for it. If I can, if the books exist, I'm going to do my best to get them on board.
Let's hope so. It's a really nice book. For those interested, I mean, the Nas cooking show is fantastic. Those who are coming for the first time, make sure to check it out if she will have one. And yeah, maybe some copies. That would be great.
I will do my best. In case anyone hasn't been to our website, it's enemyinc.com, and on the front page, just click on shop, and there'll be a couple stores drop down in the collections menu. And obviously we're looking for Federation Store, Star Trek, The Cruise. The reason I bring that up is there's only a handful of grab bags left. I don't know if anybody that's watching has picked up any of those grab bags, but at the end of every cruise, of course, there's a few odd sizes here and there. Almost everything sells out. I think that pretty much everyone would agree. Sometimes things sell out a little too quick, but we do our best to manage that and manage reprints as we can. But some of those odds and ends of really awesome items are come through. Sometimes just some size small, sometimes some larger sizes, and then we do our best to fill in the gaps. But if anyone online right now has picked one of those up, I think that they would agree. It's really awesome. It's a super good value. It's 3 shirts for 30, so it's like 3 for 1, and they're all really awesome, like top quality designs. We make sure not just to. I know that sometimes grab bags have the perception that it's like, oh, this is just a design that didn't do well, but it really is just the odds and ends of sizes that are left over, and we're hoping to make good use of.
And Brad, I can tell you, I got one of the grab bags because like my goal this year was to have only Star Trek cruise shirts. And so that's a good portion of the past few years I've been going is Enemy Inc. So I finally like made my quota, I think. Unless I get dunked in the pool without knowing, and then I'm stuck again.
Well, if that happens, come see us. So we'll take care of you.
Brad,
and I'll tell everybody, I get no commission from Enemy Inc. I do not work for ECP, and I do not work for Royal Caribbean.
Marina, did you have something?
I have a quick question. There was one item. Yes, 2 years ago there was this wonderful coffee mug, Voyager themed, which went extremely quickly. Are there any chances that some of the items that appeared in previous cruises might make appearance again, or is it like a one-shot deal? That was it, just a thing for the, whatever, 2020 cruise in this case, and that's it? Or will you be coming for something else that's a non-shirt item?
Oh, there'll be a lot of non-shirt merchandise. I really want to expand. Every year I try and expand a little bit more and more. 2020 was the first year that we had not just exclusive pins, but some like archival CBS and Star Trek and Paramount pins from over the years, as well as many different eras of communicator pins. But there definitely will be multiple style mugs. There definitely will be some other cool items. I have it written down just off screen here, not just t-shirts, because I always want to remind everyone that we try and expand the line. I want to have some pajamas this year. I want to have joggers. We're gonna have some cool stuff. In honor of Captain Janeway, we did have a special mug, and we had actually a special blended coffee. So there's always on 2020. So there's always going to be some items like that that are focused on the guests. And back to t-shirts for a moment, I do hope to. There's so many great guests this year, and some of the new guests that just got added. I really see the opportunity to bundle some of their images and some merch ideas surrounding those guests. But that part has been a goal of mine every year, also to focus more and more on who's appearing and how we can tie merchandise into those actors and actresses that we're fortunate enough to have join us on board. So yes, and yes. But as far as something specific like a mug from a previous year, it was very likely attached to a specific beat in the overall promotion. And as much as I miss some of the items that sell out, and the ones that go quickly, I really do like the exclusivity of some of these events. We really try and only advertise even the online offering through ECP and through the fan groups. There's no general message. I want the Star Trek fans that join us on the cruise to be the ones that have kind of first and only shot at most of this stuff. We do our best for that. I'm sure that every once in a while somebody stumbles upon the Federation store on my website and picks up an item that may not be a cruiser. But again, the goal is to satisfy the cruisers. And we really, myself, like ECP, and I'm sure CBS values the fact that folks go through such effort to get on board. And especially if we think of day 1, day 2, day 3 of the cruise, usually the queue leading out the door, I want to honor those efforts with as much exclusivity as we can and have very few items that are in perpetuity. Another long answer, sorry.
Well, it's much appreciated, Brad, because I know, like, so how long have you been with the cruise? It's been like 4 years now?
The only cruise that we did not participate in was year one.
Right.
And funny story about that. At that point, we had not done any cruises. We've done a ton of pop culture convention merchandise. Jesse, I've mentioned to you, we do New York Comic-Con, Star Wars Celebration. We did Mission New York several years ago. We're doing Mission Chicago this year. So we have a lot of experience in the pop culture genre, for in-person events, but we hadn't done a cruise. Myself and my business partner, Charlie, started Enemy just to satisfy the printing needs of our own band. So I know that this is kind of a long story, but there was a punk rock cruise called the Flogging Molly Salty Dog Cruise, and my band was asked to perform on that cruise, and they asked us to help with the merch as well. I think that they knew that they were getting kind of a 2-for-1 deal with that. But as soon as we had agreed to do that cruise, some of the ECP folks that we know just through freelancing in the entertainment industry, they said, "Hey, are you guys doing cruises yet?" And I said, "Well, not yet. Let me know. I'll let you know how it goes." But then once we got through our first cruise and they had completed that season of cruising with the Trek cruise and the 80s cruise and all of their other events, we got together. And it was funny, the ECP folks were at Mission New York, and they were asking who produced the merchandise. It's really unique for the event, and it's exclusive, and we could tell that the design team understands the IP and they honor and value the IP. And my client with Mission New York didn't reveal that information, so it was like it was a nice kismet that we happened to know somebody on board and really connected the dots. And now, of course, with the proximity of this year's cruise and the Chicago event, I really hope that I can even create some synergy within the merchandise from one event to the next, and also kind of introduce two of my favorite clients, being ECP and Reed Pop. So.
Yeah, and I do know that, so what happens, especially on the cruise, we have a lot of return cruisers, I'm a return cruiser. And so they got used to waiting, right? So the first couple of days, they just all go to the trading post, and it's like, you can't even get to the pool. So I'm hoping with the bigger space and with what you're saying, that adds a little bit to calm people down, let them have some fun. And we're so used to conventions waiting in line. I think it's just part of I think we just do it and don't even know we're doing it half the time.
Yeah, I didn't get into the shop until like the 3rd or 4th day. Everybody was standing in line so long, and I was missing my cocktails. So I was like, okay, I'll just get it later. And then by the time I showed up, it was like empty. And I'm like, oh, geez.
It's good to see Scott hasn't changed.
Well, Scott, good news. The location of this year's store, if we can manage the queue correctly, it's right near one of the bars. So hopefully we can solve both of those problems. So
maybe I'll get in time to get my size this year. Yay.
Well,
I hope so.
That was a big problem.
Yes, more larger sizes. They sell out very quickly.
Yeah, American sizes.
Well, the funny thing is I know that you guys are going to find this hard to believe, but I can assure you, like, the most specific data goes into the size range that we choose. And it's the information that you all give ECP. So we base the percentages of what we purchase and what we bring on board based on the size range in the pillow gift. So, if it's 40% XLs, like, we try and get as close as we can to that number of, breaking it down for what's on board. And the items that sometimes sell out quicker or certain sizes, I guess that they just, there's always going to be some A designs, some B designs, some C designs. And sometimes you guess it wrong. Sometimes what I think might, be a pretty good, but not the best design that year ends up being the runaway success.
Sometimes we gain some weight on the cruise and need a little bit extra size up.
I'm trying to solve that also. Rob is helping me out. We're going to try and do a more effective program with the academy with the academy workout program. So
I have that book, Rob. Thank you.
I will never join a work. I accidentally got into Mary Chipo's like early morning yoga, and I just did it because she was there, and I'm like, nope, I can't turn that way, and I had to leave.
Bradley, I have a question.
Sure.
A lot of first-time cruisers have asked about where can they get pictures for autographs. What most of us have been telling them is that they have to bring their own. Now, is it a licensing issue, or would that something that Enemy Inc. and the Trading Post, would you be able to provide that, having X amount of 8x10s for everybody, for all the guests?
Ooh, that's a little bit of an ECP question, but as far as offering 8x10s for all the guests, because that's some heavy lifting there, probably
I'm gonna jot that down for ECP and put it in there. So they asked me to keep track of questions that we can't answer here. So,
but what I will say is, I'm in direct communication with every manager and by proxy, most artists, and some artists we have a real hand-in-hand relationship with, like I mentioned, speaking with Raymond from Chase's crew earlier this week. And so the artists do provide a range of photos and I've managed to pick up some crazy, I don't know if anybody saw it last year, but it was like a display rack that was like almost from like a child's school. So almost all of the artists brought photos. One of the things that I'm really trying to work with the artists this year, and this may solve some problems. I don't think that there's any cure-all, but some of the actors and actresses carry their photos on with their luggage, and there's been a couple incidences where, as we know, on the ship, sometimes luggage is a little bit delayed getting to the rooms. Sometimes just for a few minutes, but it's not there when they need it, and have trouble making it down to the store early in the trip. And there's been other times that things have gone missing a little bit longer. But to make a long story longer, I'm trying to get all of the artists to every single actor and actress to ship their photos ahead of time, or meet me. I mean, I'll meet them at the airport in Orlando. It's only 15 minutes from where I'm sitting right now. Like, give me your photos now, so that all of those items can be cataloged, attached to a barcode. We try and scan and make a copy so that the register people have an easy time knowing how to ring things up. But truth be told, the register system is one of the things that we help speed up tremendously, but it is also a pinch point, because it's not like a convention where there's 80,000 people and they can give us 15 register people, so that is a little bit of the reason that things slow down. But we try and help the register folks as much as possible by getting the photos in advance, having a SKU, having a barcode for them, and having a copy in some way, shape, or form at the register. But if I could, the more photos that I can get from actors and actresses in advance, the more are going to be there day one, and guests won't queue up only for me to tell them, hey, we haven't seen those yet, but we're expecting that they're going to get dropped off sometime. And you guys know, like someone mentioned, a bunch of folks queue up the first couple days. If an actor or actress doesn't have an autograph session or doesn't drop their photos off until 2 or 3 days in, that's a bunch of guests that have shuffled through and won't see that piece of merchandise. So
yeah, and that's one of the things that has gotten better over time, was tying in the Trading Post with the onboard, card system. Like, so you just use your ship card the way you use it to get drinks. It used to be like, I think we all had a pre-order, or we had to like do separate credit cards. So it's nice to put it all on your one card. Just so everybody, if you haven't been on the cruise yet, or a cruise, or this cruise, just know that all that adds up at the end of the week.
Not really.
And it gets into your mailbox just as you're on the shuttle back to the airport. You're like,
and they don't let you off if you have a balance. Not that I've ever had that happen.
You guys wouldn't believe what happens sometimes on that last day. Sometimes guests do get a little bit of a confused, or a little bit of sticker shock if they have to settle up with the front desk. But we can tell you some stories. I think Jesse would agree, and many of you are aware that selling to a high volume of people in a small space in a small amount of time with a lot of unpredictability does have its challenges. But my team really, I know from what happens on other events, go the extra mile to make sure everything is as good as possible, right down to when it's time to leave the ship. I have at least 1 or 2 people stationed at the front desk to answer those questions. And over the years, it's hysterical. I believe on the 2nd or 3rd year that we were involved and on board, we had a really awesome diversity shirt. And it was super popular. I believe it's sold out. Sorry, guys. There will be an awesome one this year too, but I'm switching the motif. It's not going to have a shape. A ship and the rainbow. I want to try and feature the actors and actresses images and really have it feel like a nice community piece. But anyway, back to the diversity shirt. There was a range of guests at the front desk saying, I didn't buy this because the barcode only allowed for the first few letters. So it read diver's tee. Everyone's like, I didn't buy this. I didn't buy a diver's tee. I have no idea what this item is. I want my $35 back or whatever it was. But again, you guys may have met Katie, who incidentally is my girlfriend. She's on board and has her hands in the Star Trek, the cruise merchandise from the second the first item prints. She helps me stay in touch with the actors and actresses and their team. And then another woman that usually joins us on board. I've got my fingers crossed we're going to see her this year. Many of you may have met her as well, Jamie. And like they take all my crazy ideas of how we should help brand this event and make special merchandise come to life. And they help bring those pieces to life, bring them on board and put them in everyone's hands. So I do hope everyone, of course, we aim to please everyone as much as possible, but definitely come by and say hello and, pick something up. Let us know that you try and satisfy for us. We've definitely had some swings and misses as far as types and styles of shirts. Year one, I only had like a couple units of 6XLs, but folks like to stock up on those on some of the larger sizes. So we've expanded that range, and the definition of what a nice ladies tee is probably one of the most open for interpretation phrases on the face of the planet. So I'm speaking with a couple guests right now that they are helping me get to the bottom of what we think will satisfy as many of the guests on board as possible. Anybody got any tips while we're at it?
I have a quick question. Helen brought it up in the chat. Why not do, it's mostly, I would say like 80% pre-sale. I get that like the stuff is like, oh, it's coming out on day 3 and it goes with the theme and all. Yeah. The emails go out to every single person who bought a ticket to this cruise. It sounds like stuff sells out really fast. It sounds like people are standing in lines for for a chance to maybe get their size. If you guys worked with mostly just pre-sales, those lines would be just to pick up their stuff, and you'd already have your money, and then they'd have their stuff, and everyone could go on about their day and enjoy the cruise instead of standing in line.
Pre-order is definitely a big part of it, and I'm glad that you brought it up. In my endless ramblings, didn't forget to mention, but I believe on January 27th, there'll be a communication from ECP of the expanded pre-order items that will be available. It's impossible to offer the entire range, and keeping in the spirit of true convention, sci-fi convention merchandise, we do always want to have some surprises. We do always want there to be a certain level of exclusivity. As far as the online stuff, we can't offer the whole range just at the risk of folks figuring out how to buy it that aren't part of the cruise, but it will be dramatically expanded this year, especially for the specialty type items. Some of the higher priced items and the oddly sized items, to be fair, like I want to offer a slouchy tee this year, and I think I mentioned a Spirit jersey. So those items I want to offer those as many as I can as pre-order, and then but still have them on board in case there's a size exchange issue. So it's definitely part of the plan. It's not going to be all 24 SKUs at this point, but it will be more. It'll be more than ever.
What about adding maybe the exclusive onboard stuff purchasable by like through the the Royal Caribbean app or maybe something from their room.
Oof, yeah, it's a
You know how much
fantastic
you
idea.
Boom. And then they're on there like they're trying to get Comic-Con tickets and they got 8 different devices going and they only paid for 2.
Well, with the Royal app, you can't hardly buy anything as it is. It's pretty much.
I can barely get my gift certificate connected.
Yeah, internet is really, really sketchy on the ship. So
even the free internet.
Yeah, I mean,
What
like,
about the paid for stuff?
yeah. The first cruise I was on was 2, and got the thing, and I couldn't text anybody anywhere. Either that, or they just didn't want to talk to me.
That was bad.
This is not a 90s cruise.
This is how long I've been cruising. I can now say, yeah, back then the internet wasn't what it is today. Hey, Brad, I want to thank you so much for joining. I want to give you an opportunity to, I've got a couple more people I want to introduce, but I want to give you an opportunity to kind of, what the big story is. Should we come see you? And apparently, yes.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the big story is absolutely come see us. There's a lot of great surprises. I've given away a few things, but I really want to represent the original series, of course. There's some great pieces you can guess. I've got a neat Gorn piece that I can't wait for everyone to see. I'm super excited about some of the newer, like I said, actors and actresses that are just joining us on board. I'm psyched about a couple Discovery pieces. I'm super psyched about, actually, I'm extremely excited about a Picard piece and a Discovery piece that I'm expecting are going to approve really, really quickly. If anybody visited the shop in 2020 and had a chance to get the Picard season 1 episode at sea shirt, I'm giving a little bit of a hint here. Because and I'll tell you straight up, I've been printing merchandise for in-person events for nearly 20 years. That Picard premiere at sea shirt to this day is one of the things I'm absolutely most proud of, and I think that the guests that picked one up were as well. But so yeah, creating a little bit of a narrative here with what's happening on board, the guests, the actors and actresses that are appearing on board, and a lot of original series favorites as well. So
well, I'm happy it's your job and not mine to keep track of all that.
Guys, thank you for listening. Thanks for inviting me, Jesse. I hope to see everybody on board, not just in the merch shop, in the ports, at the pool, wherever. Say hello, okay?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Brad.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Rob sent me a message. I apparently didn't let him say goodbye, so he's been hanging out. Rob, I'll give you the mic now.
Well, this was good. Now I got to see Brad again. So nice. I just wanted to say bye and live long and prosper, and I can't wait to see you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Continue our contract to stay the whole time.
Bye, Rob.
Bye, Rob.
So, guys, just one last surprise guest. So, if you've been on a cruise before, you know that Gaze in Space.
Don't have to leave, Rob.
Their events, and they've done like the trivia, karaoke, all a little bit of this and that. So they are going to be here this year. I've got Alec. Are you hiding out there, Alec? I can't see you.
Yeah, here I am.
There you are. Oh, there you are. Hey, so Alec is going to be pairing up with Gaze in Space to do more fun stuff this year. And I'll tell you, the first year Gaze in Space was there was just me with a big bag of shirts. So I'm happy it's not me anymore. And I'll turn it over to the new guys.
Hey, everyone. So I met Dan Deavy from Gaze in Space. JG Hertzler actually messaged me this past summer, and he said, you need to meet Dan Deavy from Gaze in Space. And he messaged Dan and said, you need to meet Alec Peters from Axonar. And he hooked us up. And at Vegas, Dan and I met, and we just became like best friends instantly. And so I am, I had joked and said, well, listen, I want to join Gaze in Space. I want to be like your token hetero. And he says, how about Alpha Ally? I said, okay, that'll work. So we are doing a bunch of stuff together just in general. I'm helping him right now with some Gaze in Space pins, and we're planning, he's the one that convinced me and Crystal, my fiance, to come on the cruise. and so I came up with this idea yesterday, and I said, Dan, this is my idea. And what it is we're calling it Starfleet Fit. And it's basically because I'm concerned I'm going to gain like 20 pounds on this cruise. And so we are going at 10 o'clock every day. We're going to pick a location and we're going to meet and we invite everyone. It's going to be Dan and I co-hosting it. And we're going to do a 30-minute walk around the ship. That's it. We're not, it's not a boot camp.
Do that.
We're not.
Wait a second. Have you tried to get Dan Didi up at 10 o'clock after a
That's
night?
what I said.
It's late.
I literally said that to him. Let's see if I can find my message to him. I said that to him yesterday, and I said, when do you ever get up before noon? And he says, no, on the cruise, I'm like all business. And I'm like, that's the wrong place to be all business, isn't it?
You remind him who's on this cruise. I know him.
Hey, listen, if he doesn't show up, that's his. But what we're going to do, and we're going to have like a giveaway. I'm donating a bunch of stuff so that everyone who joins us every day will get a token, probably a patch. I've got an idea to give away a different patch every day, just as like an incentive. Get up, wake up in the morning, roll out of bed, put on some shorts and a t-shirt and your sneakers, and just walk with us for a half hour. We may do some stretches here or there, whatever, but it's going to be like really low key. But, it's really important that we get our bodies moving. And because I don't know, right now we're doing the calculus. Like, do we want the all you can drink for $600 thing?
Yes.
or, and I'm thinking, I have to drink 6 drinks a day to break even.
No, but you get Gatorade and you get water. It's really good.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. But
the ultimate drink package isn't about challenging yourself to drinking as much as you can before you get sick. It's really about the bill at the end of the week.
Question about the drink stuff. I think for me, can you buy drinks for other people?
No.
If you're unlimited drink package, you can, but you have to pay for it separate. It can't be part of your package.
Is this half an hour walk going to be going strategically by bars?
Yeah.
I said walk, not pub crawl.
Well, yeah, but it's in the morning, so.
Yeah,
There's no, and we're not in a. Yeah,
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Mimosas.
Anyway,
Mimosas, there we go.
That's it. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that Dan, I don't know, he hasn't gotten back to me today. I asked him to join us tonight, but maybe at the next time we do one video session, I'll get Dan on board and he can talk about all the different things they have planned. I'm a total newbie. I've literally never been on a cruise in my life. So I don't even know what I'm getting into.
Ever?
I love it.
Ever?
Well, Gaze in Space generally does karaoke night or two along the way, and they do games like Turkey Feud and stuff like that.
I know we've got a Gaze in Space is doing a Lower Decks cosplay group.
Hold on a sec, Alec. Somebody's TV is on or something. Somebody, y'all can hit mute.
Okay, let me mute it.
So anyway, I just ordered our Lower Decks costumes today and some other costumes. So we're all excited. But anyway, just want to let you know, I hope we'll all see you on the cruise, on the walk, and if not, I'll see you at the bar.
Well, Alec, thank you so much for joining us, giving us a hint. And so, along with one of the questions in the Zoom, I will tell you that, like, we absolutely don't know what the schedule is, and I can tell you from experience, we may not know till we get there, kind of thing. It all depends on what's going on.
We'll probably get a daily sheet at this point.
Yeah, so normally you'll get a sheet on your door the night before for the next day's activities, and even that sheet will change depending on what's going on the ship. So, I'm
sorry, are these the Gaze in Space things? Are they going to be added onto our sheets?
Yes.
They weren't on there last year, were they?
They were, some of them were, and then some of them were ad hoc, so they weren't.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Karaoke was.
Yeah. All right, Alec, thank you so much. And I have my vaccine pin, so Thank you very much for that.
Yeah, we just, oh, I can't say it. Okay.
Yeah, I do want to, so guys, we have plenty of time just to chit chat around. I don't think I have anyone else, you know, on the hopper. So I kind of just want to open up for questions. I'm kind of taking stuff that we can't answer because we're not ECP, but I'm just going to open up the room.
I wanted to mention that I did put a link to Spot Bear's photo albums in the chat earlier. So everybody likes Spot Bear, and if you've not been on the cruise and not met Spot Bear, he's looking forward to meeting you. He likes to have his picture taken with everybody. Doesn't matter if you're wearing cosplay or not. And one thing about Spot Bear, we post every picture he takes unless it's a really, really bad thing. But yeah, he usually gets at least one good picture of everybody.
And I have a, I'm sorry, Mary Beth, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to follow up on a question Nikki had. So I want to kind of talk about, for those going the first time and haven't experienced the Royal Caribbean drink package, because I just got back from a cruise in December. So firsthand, I saw it. So basically, the drink package, like I said, it isn't about how much you can drink in a day, because there's no magic number. If you look like you need some water, they will nicely tell you to drink some water before they serve you a drink. There's usually a 5-minute interval. Now, I only know that because I saw someone else have it, not me. I wait. 5-minute interval for alcohol. It's like 15 minutes.
Sure, Jesse.
15 minutes non-alcoholic beverages. It does include specialty drinks. It will include specialty coffees, but not the coffee at Starbucks. They do give you a refillable cup that you use on one of those like freestyle drinking machines. But if you don't have your cup, you just go to the bar and ask them for a Coke or a Sprite or whatever, and they'll be happy to get it for you. But there is, so if in your cabin, if one has a drink package, everybody has to get it. Now, if there's a difference between well, it doesn't matter here, there's no kids, but you all just have to have it. Sometimes you can make an exception, like if for medical reasons you can't drink, but your cabin mate can, they may make you get like just the soft drink package. So that's all stuff you have to call them and figure out.
Wait, if you have a roommate and one doesn't drink and one does, they both still have to get.
They both have to have at least one package. Yep.
Okay, well, chalk one up for yay, booking a broom closet.
But
yeah, it's a little
medical reason.
Yeah, it's a little interesting, but again, just if you have questions on it, you can't get what you can online, you can't find what you need online, just call them. Royal Caribbean's really easy to talk to. I have Robert with a hand up.
I think if you call Royal Caribbean and say, I have one alcohol package and one non-alcohol package, they'll let you downgrade to say the mocktails and soda or whatever, but you don't have to buy the full alcohol package, I've heard. But you do have
to. That's a lot of water.
Is that what you were just saying, Jesse? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's correct.
I was multitasking. I'll stop.
No, it's all right. No, yeah. So if it's you really just have to call them and let them know what's going on, because the rules don't fit everybody. It's just the way it is. And then I don't know everything either. So, but I did want to mention that because the drink package tends to be a big topic in this group. So I wanted to kind of mention it out.
Well,
for me, it's the price. I don't know what anyone else's deal. For me, it's the price.
Yeah,
and for a lot more expensive than it was last year. Last year it was only about $400.
Yeah, it's more expensive this year. If you go on board and pay out of pocket, it's going to be about $15 per drink once they add tax and gratuity. Yep. So for me, it's all about at the end of the week, I don't have like $1,000 bill. No, I did leave one week. My credit card declined, and I had 76 cents that I had to pay every week. And I did not have 76 cents, and their credit card machine wasn't working. So that was interesting getting off the ship.
They'll make you work as a steward for a week for that.
I'm like, I can't leave. Darn, I'll stay because the 80s cruise is right behind. I'd stay for that.
Yeah, really.
My theory is I have.
You learn to say washy washy.
But
okay, I got $100 gift card for Christmas. Right, Star Trek the Cruise gift card.
Yeah.
From ECP or Royal Caribbean?
From ECP. So can I use that towards drinks?
I don't know. I think that converts to onboard credit, you can. But if they make you use it at like for ECP, which I think it converts to onboard credit at the end of the day. But
I hope so, because like what else do I need to buy from them?
Oh, the shirts. I don't know.
You know, I've already established I'm not standing in any lines.
Mickey, if it converts to ECP money, then you could use it to defray the cost of the cruise, bring down your cruise cost. That would be the only thing if it's not doesn't convert to Royal Caribbean on board credit.
I'll send that message off to ECP as well, Mickey, and I'll let you know what they say.
And then what about the onboard credit we get for our deck? The deck, the $100 onboard credit.
Oh, yeah, that'll all be on your account when you get on board. So it'll show as a credit. Once you check your account, you should have a credit. I had that.
That you can use towards
for everything. Yeah,
right.
Because I used it for my drink package the last time I went.
Right.
I don't want to use it towards a drink package. I really don't drink a lot. So
Mickey, that credit that you have, however much it is, you could use that in the Federation Outpost. You could use that to buy photo ops or autographs on board. You could use that for basically anything that you would buy on board. You could use that credit for.
So drinks.
Yes, you can use it for drinks.
Well, they have a Warp Core breach.
And like I know
Star Trek specific, I will go Star Trek specific.
And I know we've only talked about that, but on the ship, there's not just like drinks isn't the only thing they offer. There's like pictures if you do the pictures that they do and they take around the ship. There
like you're
the watches, the sundries, if you didn't bring your
premium dining,
you get that. The ring, overly expensive watches, overly expensive.
I had the Borg prosthetic. I had that done.
Oh, and
that
the
was
spa.
like 150. Yeah.
It works for the spa too. Oh, and the spa has smoothies, just to let you guys know. I did not know that.
Are they included in the drink package?
Not the smoothie. Oh, yes, the smoothies are in the ultimate drink package. Yeah, because that's the only time I went to the gym was to get a smoothie. So, all right, well, I'll stop talking. I'll leave it open for you guys. I just wanted to throw that out there, and I have added the gift certificate question on for them.
Yeah, I don't know how to get the gift certificate from EPP to Royal Caribbean.
I'll ask them.
I finally downloaded the right app. There's 2 Royal Caribbean apps.
There are, yeah.
And I had to get on the phone with them and be like, I think I'm on the wrong app.
It happens.
So finally get the countdown and the little picture of where the cruise ship is.
Right.
Has anybody heard anything about shore excursions?
You know,
Nothing.
I'm gonna ask that too, because I've been looking every day and they haven't announced like celebrity shore excursions, and they haven't RCL hasn't put out their shore excursions, which is weird. We usually see them by now.
I think they're waiting.
It's the volatility
They're
of
waiting
ports
until the
right
last
now.
moment, most likely.
Yeah.
They don't have to
Like,
refund a bunch
what
of
is it?
people.
Saint Martin? Is that how you say
Yes.
it?
Hey,
Yeah.
Saint Martin.
I'm-
They just got put, like they just got raised on some sort of level of travel.
Yeah, because I'm going on a cruise in May, and the stuff has been out for at least a month. You know, another Royal Caribbean. So
I just think that they're playing it by ear. Like,
They
hey,
are.
who loves shuffleboard with
You know, I never did see the shuffleboard, but I did see the water slides. And so this cruise, somebody has to join me on the water slide, because whoever I went with in December was not fun, and we did not do the water. And I won't do it by myself.
That's you and me, Jesse. That's you and me.
Midnight drunken mini golf.
I'm trying to find the Picard suit for the Rise of Picard suit, and I can't find it. So if I can find it, I'll be up there with you.
Isn't that just like a
handkerchief? You could just get a handkerchief and sew it up like a loincloth.
No, my wife sewn the top. I just need the suit.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Banana hammock that thing.
All right.
Look for European bathing suits. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Oh no, I found stuff like it. I just can't find the right color. I want it to match.
Like the silvery.
Silver with blue. Yeah. Anyway, we'll find it.
Yeah,
What if you bought a silver
unfortunately-
one and then dyed it a little bit blue?
Yep, working on it.
And unfortunately, every outfit that I bought for the cruise last year, I outgrew. So I'm like, I went to go try on all my outfits last week, and I was like, I was so upset because I had bought the captain's, what is it from
The cardigan?
Captain's mess
Captain's
dress.
holiday.
captain's thing,
So
but
you
it
bought
was
Speedo?
from, yeah, it was from Nemesis. So it had the gray.
Oh, the vest.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I was like so excited, and I got it and I put it on last year, and I go like, oh yeah, I just got just a couple of pounds and it'll be perfect. And then I got into it last week, and I'm like going,
Well, I will.
and I go like, God, I feel like I'm in the 80s again, trying to put my pants on.
Well, maybe we should do like a costume exchange for.
Yeah, bring it
exchanging
over. Bring it
costumes.
over. I'll seam rip the shit out of it.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I'll just keep it until next year.
And I'll put elastic in it.
Yep, there you go.
Costume exchange
I
sounds
think a
great.
lot of us have had this.
I like that idea,
Gotten the
Jess.
COVID-19.
Yeah, I've got a
caught my
couple
COVID
extra
one.
costumes that don't fit me. One's too big, and I've got a couple that are too small, but they're Novos. So, if
Good
other
to
people
have,
bring good
I went
stuff,
the
like
other way around this
Oh,
pandemic. I lost weight this pandemic, so all my costumes. are
Congratulations.
see, I had lost a ton of weight before, like 200
I
pounds,
lost.
and then with COVID, I gained
it.
another 40. And I'm like, well, crap, I got all these really nice
160 ahead.
cosplays, and now I can't.
I did, yeah. I got the same thing. I've got all of my costumes lined up from last year, and not one of them fit. Not one.
I think you should bring them over. I think
Yeah, I
we-
mean, seriously, even on the group, and I want to thank you guys for being so great on the group. It's been a challenge. So our other admins aren't here, I would shout out to them so you can tell them I did. But it's been a challenge trying to keep that group positive and on the up and up, and looking forward to this cruise with everything else around the world going on around.
I've been
Thank
doing
you.
my best to help, honest.
No, it's been fantastic. It's been fantastic. I manage a couple of other groups, and this one's been my favorite to manage just because we do keep it on light, and we know what's going on out there, but that group is kind of where I can go to escape. So thank you so much for making it a joy to do. Appreciate it. Oh.
Thank you, Jesse.
all your
You've been
work.
great.
Jesse.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I think we're
Jesse.
shutting them down when they are buttholes.
Yeah, it went a little crazier once in a while, and keep on the lookout. So I haven't heard anything about a Cruise 6, but assuming there is one, we'll open another group for Cruise 6. We like to keep them cruise specific, so we're just focused on that.
No, so big stuff far ahead. I literally am still ordering stuff on Amazon, waiting for like I'm getting ready for it 110%, but
Oh, me
I didn't
too.
realize that not everybody does every single theme night.
No, I'm only doing one theme night. One
To say
big
I'm
theme
going overboard is a literal pun.
Yeah, I know folks who have come on the ship and have just all they brought is costumes. They're in cosplay day in, day out.
That's
I
gonna
have
be me.
extra credit at Southwest. I keep going on Southwest. This is a good tip, by the way. I don't know, like every time they send me a promotion email, like, hey, go to Austin for $49. I go on and I look at the exact flights that I already have, and they're lower prices. So I just switch it. So like the other day I got like $50 back. I have like $100 in credit for Southwest, which I'm gonna have to use for the inevitable giant pieces of luggage I'm bringing. I have to do a test pack. I haven't even done a test pack yet, let alone a test run of like costumes. Yesterday I did the Andorian blue makeup test run. It looked like me and Smurfette got real close. But yeah, I don't know how much more prepared I can try and be without throwing up all over the place.
Get a bag
Jesse?
scale. Get a bag scale.
Hey, Jesse, and I think Marina, are you a co-sponsor of this extravaganza? And I wanted to thank you guys and the admins. I really want to thank you for putting it out there to try to keep it positive, which I realize is at some degree of cost on your part. I don't get that people don't see the narrative. We are a group of brave explorers. We are about to get on a ship on a mission. It's it's unpredictable. There's a lot of unknowns, and yet we're determined to take our voyage, and there's so much out of our control. And gosh, does that sound like any story that we might know?
And there's definitely plenty of red shirts.
And
Yeah,
I'm
thank
just
you.
and I'm just amazed that people, can't buy into that narrative. And sure, we're all a bit trepidatious because we don't know everything. But a lot of us are just, damn it, Jim, we're going. So you gotta live.
That's right.
And
Yeah,
so
can we quote you on damn the COVID full steam ahead?
Seriously, but
definitely,
that's us. So I just wanted to thank you. It's really important to me because I'm going, and I'm thrilled just to be with all these people. We're all still here. That's really something. So
Well,
thank you.
I will tell you that the admins get together at least once or twice a week online just to talk about what's going on. And we don't get paid for this. We just do it because we felt the need, and we've all come together and said, like, and we're from all different walks of life, all different areas in the country. And we're just like, let's just do it. Let's just, volunteer. And it's been fun. It's fun for us. It really is, for the most part. And whatever isn't, then we don't even bring it up, So thank you so much for that, Amelia. I appreciate it. And I'll pass that along. And Marina, she's my co-host for the Shore Leave podcast, which we do, which has been we're trying to get back up, but like the convention scene is slow.
Yeah, we've been basically in limbo because, aside from the virtual stuff, nothing else has been going on. 2020, we probably had half of our episodes literally discussing, well, what are we going to do now that everybody's stuck at home? Discussing, the effect on the in-person conventions and general events. And then little by little, things started to pick up. Of course, the virtual events have been quite insane over the past, year and a half. And then there was a huge drop off in the last, I'm going to say, about 5 months, now that the in-person conventions are coming back. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing everyone on the ship. Fingers crossed everything goes on as planned, and it'd be great to see everyone.
How much, if things didn't, not to be that bitch, but if things didn't, how much time do you think that they would give us? Like, I know a lot of people are taking time off work, Airbnbs have been booked, flights, costumes being freaking hand sewn every day. Preparations are being made.
It's hard to guess. ECP has been great in terms of customer service. I'm sure that they have something planned in terms of backup plans.
I'm sure they have backup plans.
Yeah.
Amelia, I think you just captured the essence of what we're doing perfectly. It is really, we are basically creating our own show on this cruise.
Absolutely.
I love the way you put that together.
Was the Zoom call a thing before the previous cruises? Or is this because of COVID?
No, we never had a Zoom call before the cruise.
This should be a thing always.
Well, it's the first year. It's the first year for everything. So,
I like the idea.
Well, our ship got back. We were one of the last ships to actually pull in.
I think there's an HBO documentary about you.
Before everything went to hell, we were, I think, the second to last ship to pull in. And then everything got canned. And then basically that's when the Zoom thing started. And the second cruise got canceled. Pretty much like, what was it, like about 4 months or so before we actually took off? It was for 2021.
Yeah.
It was something like 4 months, and then they canceled it.
In 2020,
how much time did they give you? Like, what was?
This one is a completely different scenario than last year. So I mean, if they do it in 30 days for me, you know, I think that's gonna, because no matter what you do and no matter what your time you're gonna do it, it's gonna screw everybody up. I mean, even when they canceled all those trips back in 2020, I mean, that messed thousands and thousands of people, you know, and it happened like without notice.
But
So-
can I just say sometimes things work out incredibly. 2 years ago, we got back on the 8th of March, 2020. In that week that we were at sea, the whole world had changed.
Oh, wow.
And we came back, we did not have COVID, to my knowledge, on our boat. But we got back and all I could think was, holy crap, did we land on the wrong planet?
Should have stayed on the boat.
Yeah, we,
Actually, just
John
the
and I,
That was a lot of fun.
It was amazing. We got in right under the wire, but like
Yeah.
5 days later, my university shut down. It was incredible. But I'm sure we all went on email for the first time and thought, "Holy crap!"
yeah,
What has
John and I
happened?
were, we flew out of Fort Lauderdale and we spent the night in Fort Lauderdale. And we get to the hotel where we're staying and we're like, there's all these news crews around. And it turns out that one of the ships actually that sailed about the same time we were, they had COVID outbreak and they weren't letting them off. And they finally let them off in Fort Lauderdale, and we heard all these people coming in really late at night into the hotel because of that. And I saw the other thing too is I saw Bill Shatner at AwesomeCon in DC this past summer. You know, in that like brief span of time when we actually had in-person conventions. And he told me that after the cruise, he flew to London and he was one of the people stuck in London. And they shut all this stuff down. So, you know, it even, you know, it even impacted, you know, Uncle Bill.
Yeah, I know before the cruise, all my friends and family were like, are you sure you want to go on that cruise? And I'm like, well, actually, the part of the world we're going to is safe right now. And then we went and everything was good. And I know the 80s cruise went after us and they ended up having people, I guess. But I was back in my office maybe 2 weeks and we went on telework. I was in work one morning at 8 a.m. and was home by 10 a.m. on telework. And it was that way ever since. So
I think everybody has that day. It's like their Kennedy assassination. Where were you?
Yeah, exactly.
The last thing you did in the before times.
Exactly. Yeah.
But did any of you look back at Miami as we were leaving? Because that was when it really hit me, the weird, profound. I'm like, because I knew when we were coming back, it was going to be a whole different ball game. I worked for the Department of Health back in the day. But it was just like so bizarre to know. And that's why I'm like, I'm just going to have fun. I bought my Borg, you know, makeup. I had a blast and then came back to Miami was crazy weird for a day.
Oh yeah, yeah.
the day before
we're gonna go. We were that way. We're gonna go. We're gonna have fun. We're not gonna worry about it.
Yeah.
And you know, we came home and it was about a week maybe, and then boom, it was different. So.
The day before the cruise is the last day I worked at the office. I've been at home ever since. I haven't stepped into the office since then.
Wow.
My work is I was like half the week I was home and half the time I was in. Now I'm mostly in my office again. I only have 2 or 3 days a month that I'm at home now, which is nice. I like being in the office way better.
Folks, I don't mean to cut this short, but I have a puppy to take care of. I love you all. I will see you guys in 30, what is it, 37?
35.
Yeah,
35
very
days.
soon.
Thanks. And guys, I'm going to leave this chat open. I may have to.
I'm working on Spot Bear's costume.
I'm going to leave this chat open.
Actually, I need to say goodbye because I've got to go take care of a client. So I want to thank everybody for the invitation. And this has been great.
Like you're the best real estate agent in the world, Scott.
Yes.
It's almost as if there's like 2 people who you sold houses to.
Yeah, it's been kind of crazy, especially now that we're getting new new things from the CDC about actually how to do, how to actually sell, where I don't know if it's gonna get to where it was when I sold you your house, was having to do everything on video. But
Literally.
it was interesting. So, but
A lot of Zoom houses.
I mean, everybody still needs a home, so it hasn't stopped anybody, which is the weird part. It just has. It actually in 2020, after the announcement, actually people well, just keeping up with the real estate sales is basically is that they had more sales in 2020 than they have in the past previous 10 years.
I'm
That
one of those.
actually doesn't surprise me. There was a mass exodus from New York City and the 5 boroughs. Because when we got hit harder than any place else. And I forget how many. I forget what the actual number is, but there was a mass exodus from New York. Everybody just got up, hauled ass out of the city.
We left California.
Now everybody's back.
And now they're trying to come back.
Yeah, and they did the same from California too.
Most major cities.
We took
So guys,
over.
just to let you know, I'm gonna leave this open. You guys do not feel like you have to leave. This,
I do.
It's Zoom. It can stay open for.
everybody.
Bye.
Hey, Jesse.
Thanks
Yeah, I'm
everyone
not
for-
here too. Anybody sees me on the ship, please say hi.
So,
We'll see
yeah,
ya. Thanks.
anyway, thank you all very much. And I will see you very soon at the bar.
Bring the
I'm
costume.
excited.
I'll be
I
there.
called the Radisson today and was able to get a room. So I was very excited about that.
Fantastic.
Then we got to
really?
see the
There's
Radisson.
rooms at the Radisson?
Yeah.
We opened up
Yep.
because a cruise that was right close to ours got canceled, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
And
Oh,
so a
so
bunch
we
of
got a room.
rooms opened up. I
Oh,
did
okay.
Airbnb.
yeah, because I'm at the
Green Hill.
Ramada. I think it's like right up the street.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't
Well,
get a room.
Yeah.
Hey, I
well, we
failed
were
to
in-
show off my shirt tonight, guys, and I should have done that
Oh,
earlier.
Janeway Collective.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Woohoo!
Where'd you
Nice.
get
Big word piece of art there on it.
Okay.
And they're
Oh, nice.
available in our Replomat for the Jamie Collective, and they'll support the maintenance fund for the statue.
Yeah.
Hey guys, can someone talk to the
I think I just got
internet
plaster
on
on
the
it.
ship? I'm told there's a package for the internet on the ship, but I'm also told that there's an app that so you can text with your friends. Who
Yes.
can fill me in?
But doesn't that app suck?
Yeah, so Alec, I'll tell you, the app is not work. So there's a free app and it works with the ship's Wi-Fi. And it's where you can check your account, you can like reserve your meals and stuff like that on the ship. There is a messaging part to it. We didn't have it available last time we cruised on Royal. It wasn't
Thing in the corner.
Explorer, but it is available on the Mariner. But the problem is it sucks. Like it's not like you can just tap to add somebody. You have to like have their reservation number, room number, their last name, their blood type in order for you to be able to talk to them. And it's actually, if you just get internet and get like a one device internet, just use the Wi-Fi on your phone and use Messenger or Snap or WhatsApp or whatever. Just do that. I would not, sorry, Royal Caribbean, if you're on here, don't use that app. It's horrible. And it's like $13 for the week. And I paid it and I only used it like once. And that's just to find myself. So not worth it. That's just my unsolicited advice to everyone here.
Yeah. We did the first 4 cruises and never needed internet or any of that stuff. I'm not even going to bother. It's not worth it at all. When I was in port, I was able to get online and do stuff when I was in port because I have AT&T, but otherwise I didn't even bother. But I loaded the app on both my husband's phone and mine just in case we need to chat each other while we're on the ship. But otherwise, yeah.
I got the internet package that when it was like 30% off.
Yeah,
That's
same.
a good
I was
way,
like,
yeah.
Fuck it. And then I'm really good about making sure that I log on and log off so that they're not, unless it's unlimited, which I don't think it is.
Yeah, I'm not sure on Royal.
Amelia says no, and I'm gonna believe Amelia because she's like the smartest one so far.
Yeah. But I just
Oh, yeah, that you're too kind. But I now feel prompted to reveal something, which is I use Amelia on Facebook. It's not my real name. I'm actually Amy. I am heavily aliased on Facebook. I have a lot of X's, and you
Dr.
never really
Bates.
know. You never really know when they're going to get out of jail.
They're supposed to tell you, you know.
So,
yeah, no, I understand.
Now,
So
are they in Texas? Are your exes in Texas?
If anyone believes that Mickey is my real name,
not at liberty to reveal, but I mean, I'm happy to be either, but I put Amy because it is actually my real name, but I'm fine with being Amelia. So,
Well, I don't remember anyone's name, so that'll be exciting for me.
I
when
won't
see
stalk you, I promise.
Yeah, that's what you always say.
You're in trouble now.
Hey, I'm
Well,
really
leaving.
good at
I
it.
have
That's
to
why
run.
people don't even know I'm their
Bye,
stalker.
everyone.
Bye, Alex.
I'm heading out too. Thank you so much.
Yeah, guys,
Take
this will
care.
be open. I am going to leave myself to get these notes written out so I can see if ECP will answer tomorrow morning. But enjoy, stay as long as you want. I'll keep an eye on it and I'll shut it down when it's time.
Is there a craft swap?
Yes. It's if you're in the group, there is an event created for it, and it says it's hold on, I just had it open. It's February 27th, 1 p.m. Eastern time. So